So I was helping a customer with some, I think it's a shade conifer. It's an evergreen, grows really well up here. It takes the heat that we have as long as it's in the shade. It loves the shade. It's one of the few plants that's a rich green in the shade. Beautiful red berries. Animals don't eat it. Deer stay away from it. It's a great plant for here. They were reading the national tag. Now, we don't take, so the grower, we have national growers grow certain crops for us. So fruit trees, we know who the best fruit tree grower is. We go, hey, Joe, would you grow these apples? I need this many apples, peaches, cherries, apricots, and they grow them. Now they're going to tag those when they harvest that. They get it fully rooted. The crown is shaped. It's got the layering or the scaffolding. It looks like a plant you'd want in your yard. It's grade A, like, wow, that's a pretty plant. They put a tag on it. So it's a Hicks yew or a spreading yew, or it's a red tip photinia or a Eleagnus, a native manzanita, whatever it is, we have it tagged. And so it gives us the zone. So we are a zone 7 at this altitude. So Prescott and the surrounding Central Highlands area. So it'd be Cottonwood, okay, Sedona, you might be a zone 8. It kind of depends on where you are in the valley, but really zone 7, you're safe. 8, you're flirting with plants might get frosted in the winter. You folks at the higher elevations, Highland Pines, Williams, I'd say Groom Creek. You folks are zone 6. The White Mountains, Flagstaff, you're a zone even colder, zone 5. What that is the higher the number, the less winter hardy they are. So Phoenix is a zone 10. They receive, if those plants see any frost, they're dead. They have zero tolerance, zero antifreeze in them. So they die out. So they would not grow at this elevation through the winter. They would grow, but they wouldn't grow in the winter. So a plant that's a zone 7, we need plants that can go down to 10 degrees or so, well below freezing, but not sub-zero or minus 20 or some crazy. Zone 2s are like minus 40 degrees. It's ridiculous how we'll never see that kind of cold anywhere in Arizona, but they will grow here because they'll take our heat, and they'll never see that kind of cold. So they're golden. So zone 7, this Prescott, Arizona, Prescott Valley, wherever, we can also grow zone 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's on the national tag. Generally speaking, they'll put sizes. So grows in nice loamy soil. Everything likes garden soil. So of course it's going to be ideal in that. But will it take alkalinity? We'll try to put that on there. Will it take, how much sun will it take? How about wind? What about animals? Will they eat them? I'm not sure. So we put some of that information's on the national tag. What gets off here at elevation, here in the mountains of Arizona, we tend to grow things a little shorter. And so as you read the national tag, it's going to be about 20-30% shorter, narrower than it would, let's say, in its prime time, in Minnesota. This is how it grows because it's a red bud. This is where it comes from. It's perfect. But here it's going to grow not 20 feet. It's going to grow 16 feet. Going to be shorter. It's going to be about 20 to 30% shorter. So as you're reading these national tags, the one that's on the plant, it's going to be a little shorter. Now on the local, so that's the national tag. Locally, we're putting signage out in front of that block of beautiful crepe myrtles. We're going to tell you on the local one, we modify it and we go, oh, it's going to grow. Here's the actual size. It's going to grow here. And then they were calling me out and I go, yeah, but the sign says this, the tag says that. I go, that's because that's the national, the way it grows in Chicago. Here with our local signage, this is how it really grows here. This has been our experience here. This is what you can expect in your neighborhood here. So locally, it dwarfs a little bit. The leaves will be a little smaller. It might bloom. It'll have more flowers, but smaller flowers. That's all because of the altitude, the intensity of the sun, alkalinity, wind, the dryness, all affect a plant, how big it gets. So the leaves will be a little bit, about 20% smaller. And so just know that. And so they were really questioning, they were drilling me. I'm going, listen, I've been gardening in the area for like 30 plus years. I kind of know my stuff. I got all the certifications you could ever hope to dream as a professional horticulturalist nationally. I kind of know. Oh, I don't believe. Go, okay, whatever you need, but kind of go by the sign more than the tag on the plant. And here's my personal experience. Uh, Deer generally do leave rainbow ascot euphorbia alone. It is an evergreen perennial that grows here beautifully. Sometimes the snow can get it to beat up. You just cut it back, fertilize it, it will regrow and be beautiful. These are my personal experiences. So once you start helping gardeners here locally at a garden center, it's always on your radar. You're always driving through and wow, look at that plant. I can't believe that crepe myrtle is so pretty. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, the smoke bush it's just gorgeous. I like the way it looks here. So we are always looking at how plants are performing in different cities. Many times we'll ask you, where do you live? The only reason we're doing that is what kind of neighborhood, soil, water do you have? How much exposure to wind do you have? So we're trying to help you, guide you with the right direction. So national tags versus local advice can vary about 20, 30%. Be right back after this.